Oh, sorry. We just turned it up a little bit.
I forgot there's all the yelling.
We yell. So
Hey guys, we are excited to, we finally reached our goal on 500
views on one of our videos, so congratulations to all of you.
Ryan is here.
So Ryan is here. We are going to shave.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Yeah,
So,
good job. Thank you.
So
yeah, we're gonna have
let's
some
get
fun
to it.
stuff. And he wants it completely zeroed out, right?
No.
No. I sound so loud. Okay, so we're gonna take turns. You do that half, and I do the other half.
I don't know. Good Lord.
Is it going now?
It is going. You got some grays in here, bud.
Oh, tons of grays.
Go right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Wait.
Do we need to wet his hair first, or?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you? I don't think so.
I'll be back.
Wait, just.
I don't think you.
I'm just gonna do it. And we're done.
Just press on the top.
It's like smacking a TV. Here we go.
We're at about a 1-star Yelp review at this point.
All right, so small talk, because Ryan is introverted and he loves small talk.
I was doing small talk.
So, what do you think of this weather?
It's weather.
So do you come here often?
I do actually.
I work here.
So what's your favorite part of Youth Night Live, Ryan?
It's definitely not the yelling.
Okay.
No, you guys are doing a great job. I think the lessons are superb. They're my favorite kind of lessons. They're short.
Well, we've had a lot of really weird looks, and we're really, really sad that we're gonna have to do this, but we're gonna go ahead and shave these suckers off.
That one was turquoise.
Oh, it's so, like, cold.
Oh.
I need a mirror.
You look like Nacho Libre.
Hello.
You look way older with that mustache.
Right? I look like I'm a middle-aged man.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is great. This is great. I love this.
You guys look like if you went to like an electronics store and you asked to speak to the manager.
We would look like we work at Radio Shack.
Yeah, what can I help you guys with?
Yeah, my name is Glenn. Nice to meet you. I have the glasses and everything.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Guys, we're excited for this week's episode.
So there's so many different things that we've got going on for this episode. This week, And there are so many surprises. So many surprises that
So
we
much
have.
new stuff happening this
So
week.
much new stuff, so many surprises, and special guests.
It's different.
That are going to be on the show tonight. So we are so excited that you are here.
This is
Thank you
not
so much
your
for being here.
regular-
This is no. We said that we were being stagnant and we were trying to
Mixing
get
it
away
up.
from that. We're mixing this up. So this is a brand new episode, brand new content, stuff that we've never done before. So we're really excited about what we're going to be doing.
This has Ryan's
tonight.
hair on it.
So
Sorry. So yes. So first
things.
we so these things right here.
Yes. So
Yes.
we do want to continue to try to get as many people on here as possible.
Gotta
So
pump those numbers up.
So we've noticed, precious little lambs of God,
Children of Jesus, our
Oh.
Lord and Savior.
Satan's toe, excuse
Yeah.
me. We've noticed that we got to 106, and
We
then
went, whoop, whoop,
and then
whoop,
everybody
whoop,
was like,
whoop, whoop, whoop.
yeah,
Pew.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Like, okay, cool.
But we have incentives for you.
Come
and
on,
we
guys.
would love to make ourselves miserable if you would just get on and get some live attendees
It's
on
up
there.
to you guys. I don't have any friends anymore. I graduated college. Brandon's my only friend, and we're
Well,
here
thank
right
you.
now. So,
So Satan's toe for 200 live attendees.
Yes.
And
speaking of toes,
nose and,
And
toes.
toes.
That's a good segue.
yeah,
Nose
right here.
and toes.
and feet.
Ew.
You can't see them.
That's disgusting.
That's the bottom of my feet.
Nose and toes.
I've missed
for-
pedicures. I'm just saying. I miss.
No-
We're gonna wax our nose and toes.
For 150 live attendees.
Come on,
So,
guys.
I think you guys can do it. If you can do 106, you can get there.
Yeah, come on.
But you've got to get motivated. So I know that doing things on the screen is kind of like, oh, we do things on the screen all the time.
everything's
But
on the
guess
screen.
what? Most of our kids are out of school now, so you're not on the screen as much. So
Yeah.
do Youth Night Live.
Do it.
It's not hard.
Do it.
Also, don't forget to stay active in the chat.
For
So
incentives at the end.
yes, so we give out prizes every single week, but the only way that we know who to give out prizes to are the ones that are active in the chat.
Yes.
So if you're active like once, I mean, your name's going to be entered into the drawing, but
it's not gonna help your chances.
it's not going to help your chances. So the
Yeah.
more active that you are in the chat, the more like, hey, I noticed that so-and-so was in the chat,
Yes.
and then they get put it on there, and then they
So
for-
if you
for the
want
win,
a
the
free,
prizes and stuff.
if you want a lunch, we can bring you snacks. You just say, hey, this is what I want, as long as it's legal, then we'll bring it. That's food or something.
Yes,
you know?
it has to be something that you can consume. That is food. Yes.
And that is legal too.
That is legal
So,
food.
No illegal.
No
stuff.
bats. All
Yeah,
right.
No, that's what we got here.
Is there
yeah.
anything? Is there anything else?
No, I'm excited.
I'm so excited for
we,
tonight.
we have a guest that's happening.
So many guests.
We have
more than one.
we're gonna have like results on the bracket. We have a lesson, and then we have a new activity that you guys can
New
join
activity
with us.
that you guys
so
can be a part of.
buckle in, sit right there, and we're gonna get
Strap
started
in.
on Youth Night Live.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Again, we're so excited that you are here. Man, I've had a good week, Ethan.
It's been good.
It's been a really good week.
been
You want to
very
know
good.
why it's been so good?
No, I don't. Yes, go ahead.
It's because
Tell me.
of our movie franchise that
Oh,
we've been
yeah,
doing.
our bracket.
Oh, yes, our bracket.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that have voted, for those of you that have voted, thank you so much for being involved in that. I know that we've put some brackets together. I've had several people text me that said, "Hey, here's our predictions for winning the whole thing."
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. So we're gonna get right into it right now.
Let's
so
get down and
we're gonna
dirty.
see the results of this week's winners of the Youth Night Live movie franchise bracket challenge.
Bracket challenge.
Bracket challenge. Here we go. So so here's our four regions. We've got popcorn and nachos.
Tostitos, icy.
Ices.
We're not sponsored by any of these
And
people.
Reese's Pieces regions. Yep, no copyrights allowed. All right,
Yes.
and then so we're gonna get right into the popcorn region. So the first one, Ethan, if you want to go ahead and take this one away.
So we have Marvel, Avengers, and Pokemon. So
Yeah.
I think the animated of Pokemon does not. It does not include like the new ones. I think
Yeah,
it's,
this
it's
is the
old school,
original
like
stuff.
90s
Yeah, uh-huh.
to early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so Marvel won, Avengers won, and by 50 votes.
Yeah, Marvel won by 50 votes.
So that means that it's certified fresh by
Yeah.
Youth Night Live.
So we have anything that's over 90% of the votes
From you guys.
From you guys, we have said that those movies are Youth Night Live certified fresh.
So fresh and so clean.
Yep. All right, and so in our next one, we had the 2002 Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire versus The Hobbit. The Spider-Man series won by 22 votes on that one. Ethan, you want to do the next one?
Yeah, sure. And then we have Shrek, which I grew up with, and then the Lego Movie, which I think includes Lego Batman, right?
Yeah.
And then Lego 2, and Shrek won by 22 votes.
Yep. All right, and then our next one, we have Despicable Me versus Wolverine, and Despicable Me pulled that one out, won by 26 votes there.
So we have Indiana Jones, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Indiana Jones won by 38 votes.
And
almost fresh.
It is also certified fresh on that one.
Oh, okay.
Dark Knight versus Rush Hour, and Dark Knight won by 28 votes.
And so then we have Rocky and Twilight, and Rocky won by 28 votes.
Then next one we have Toy Story versus the Muppets. This one was really hard for me because I grew up with both of these. I've got a heart for both of them.
These are movies that you have seen.
Yes,
yeah,
these are movies that I have in fact
the only
seen.
two that Brandon's seen.
This is Brandon certified seen. But Toy Story won by 38 votes, and it's also Youth Night Live certified fresh. All right, so that's the popcorn region. Now let's get into the nachos, region.
So
Ethan,
we have
take it away.
Harry Potter and Barbershop.
I've never seen those.
I've never seen Barbershop. I've seen Harry Potter. It won by 40 votes, and it is certified fresh.
Yes, it is. In fact, Men in Black versus The Descendants, and Men in Black won by 36 votes, and it is also surprisingly Youth Night Live certified fresh.
So then we have Lion King and The Maze Runner. I've only seen one of the Maze Runner, but Lion King won by 24 votes.
All right, and then Mission Impossible versus The Mighty Ducks. I was really sad to see The Mighty Ducks lose, but Mission Impossible is definitely better movies because Tom Cruise does his own stunts. Won by 36 votes, and it is also Youth Night Live certified fresh.
Oh, sorry. And then we have Back to the Future. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, this is the new one.
The new one.
The new franchise.
Not the 60s, but the early 2000s. And Back to the Future won by 45 votes, certified fresh.
Yep. All right, and then next one is the Hunger Games versus the Jack Ryan series. This one was really close, but it ended up being the Hunger Games winning by 19 votes.
And then we have Night at the Museum and the X-Men. And Night at the Museum won by 25 votes.
What were you going to say?
I'm going to say they're both good.
They're both good.
I love X-Men.
Yeah. All right, and then Captain America versus the Mummy, and Captain America won by 31 votes, and it is also Youth Night Live certified fresh. All right, and that's the nachos region. So now we're going to get into the ices region. I'm going to do this one. This one's mine. High School Musical and Medea. I really wish Medea would have destroyed High School Musical, but it didn't. But maybe we have a chance next week. Won by 18 votes.
Then we have Star Trek.
This is the new one.
The new one.
Yep.
And then Cars. And Cars won.
Yeah, this is our first upset. This is our first upset of the bracket. Won by 18 votes. All right, the Fast and the Furious versus the Santa Claus. I was really hoping the Santa Claus was going to win. Unfortunately, it ended up being really close, with Fast and the Furious winning by 2 votes. So, if you didn't vote and you're watching this video, you should have voted Santa Claus, and Santa Claus would have moved on. But unfortunately, it's not. All right, Ethan?
So then we have Home Alone and Spy Kids, and classic Home Alone wins for the win.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 movies there, but we definitely don't count the third one as being a Home Alone movie.
No, it's Home Alone won because of the first movie, and we can talk about that, like later.
Yeah. All right, Jurassic Park versus Pitch Perfect, and I'm so happy.
Proud of you guys. Proud of you.
So happy that you guys got rid of Pitch Perfect. Won by 8 votes. It was also a very close race there as well.
And then we have Thor, and then the original Superman movies, and Thor won by 18 votes.
18 votes there. All right, and then we got Chronicles of Narnia versus Transformers, and Narnia won by 16 votes.
And then we have Lord of the Rings and Meet the Parents, and Lord of the Rings won by 32 votes. Almost certified fresh.
Almost certified fresh. And that's the ice region. And then we got one more region for you. This is the Reese's Pieces region. And so we've got the Star Wars saga versus the original Planet of the Apes, and Star Wars ended up coming out as a winner by 50 votes, and that is a Youth Night Live certified fresh.
And then we have Ice Age and the Star Trek
original
76. and Ice Age 1, and it is certified fresh.
Is it certified fresh?
I think it is. Yes, it's certified fresh. Click it.
There it goes.
Certified fresh.
All right, and then our next one, we have Divergent versus the Karate Kid, our second upset, and I'm so happy that Divergent ended up losing to the Karate Kid, Daniel-san, for the win, 26 votes.
Oh, yeah. And then we have Jumanji, which is all three, the old one, the new one, and the new one.
Yep.
And then
The new
Madagascar. And thankfully, Jumanji won by 42 votes.
Madagascar was not that great.
And it is certified fresh.
Yep, it is a certified fresh for Youth Night Live. All right, next one is Kung Fu Panda versus Ocean's 11, and Kung Fu Panda won by 6 votes, also really close there. I know Ethan is really disappointed on that one.
I don't think you guys have seen the Ocean's movies, but if you have,
They're good. They should have won.
Amazing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and next, this was a tough matchup.
This is Iron Man, and this is Ghostbusters, and Iron Man won by
There it is.
20 votes.
Yep.
It's not fresh.
Nope. And the Bourne movies versus How to Train Your Dragon, and the Bourne movies ended up winning by 2 votes. Also very, very close there.
So close. And then we have Pirates of the Caribbean, and Ernest Goes to Camp. And Pirates of the Caribbean just literally, no pun intended, blew them out of the water. By far. And it is certified fresh.
Yep, certified
it has,
fresh.
Potential to go all the way.
Yep, I think they've got a really good shot. All right, so that is the Reese's Pieces regions, and that is the entire bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Here is your brand new bracket. We'll show that on the screen for you right now. So we've got some really interesting matchups, but Ethan, I think that we should go to our correspondents.
Yes, so we have guests waiting on the line.
Live in the field.
Zooming in.
Their reactions.
To what is going on.
To this week's bracket.
We kind of like a panel, and Brandon's not much of a movie guy.
Nope.
I love movies. I consider myself a movie buff. And then we have our friend Nate Bundy, who's a youth minister at Alta Mesa, and then our other friend Rylan, who's a student here at the Pleasant Ridge.
So let's give a nice Youth Night Live welcome to Nate Bundy and Rylan Millett.
All right, guys, so we have our panel here. We have Ryland, and then we have Nate, and then Brandon and Ethan. So we're all here. So we have a few questions just about what you guys think. So first question is, what matchups were difficult for you to decide, and why?
Why don't we do Nate
first,
and then we'll
Rylan.
do Rylan.
And then I'll give my 2 cents or $1.50.
Go for it.
So
if you'll excuse me, I'm going to keep looking down because that's where my bracket is, and that's what I'm looking at. So do you want to talk about the hard matchups first, or do you want to talk about the bracket in general?
Which matchups?
The hard matchups. Let's see here. I had a difficult time. So first of all, I think the popcorn section of the bracket is probably the strongest overall. There's a lot of really, really good franchises in that, especially whenever I'm looking at the Sweet 16 here, or we're on the top 32.
Yes,
but with that, I had a really difficult time with Shrek versus Lego Movie. I heard y'all making some comments about that.
Yeah.
They won, and Shrek won by 22 votes. I don't think the Lego movies got the love that they deserved. And so, but I still think I would have picked Shrek in this instance. I think that the students made the right choice, but I thought that was a really, really difficult matchup. That was a difficult matchup for me to decide. And then another difficult matchup that I had was let me look here. This one I heard y'all mention it as well. Was Iron Man versus Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
I think the important part of this discussing this is you're talking about the whole series. You're talking about the whole movie series. And it's difficult when you're talking about any Marvel movie to differentiate that series from the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's difficult to do. Although Iron Man, so I don't think Marvel Cinematic Universe is the Marvel Cinematic Universe without Robert Downey Jr., without Iron Man. If the original Iron Man had just been an okay movie, I don't think they'd have moved on and made the MCU the powerhouse that it is. But that being said, if you're talking about the whole series, Iron Man 1 was fantastic. It's one of my top MCU movies. But the other Iron Man movies were subpar to me, compared to the rest of them. And Ghostbusters, that first movie is an iconic, legendary movie. The second one was good in its own right. No, it wasn't as good as the first one. And I don't even really consider the new Ghostbusters. That I'm just going to leave that out there. I don't consider it part of that canon. I might. I don't know if you know they're making a new Ghostbusters movie, and I'm excited about that. That could be good. But I had a tough one with that one, and I also did have a tough time with the Bourne movies and the How to Train Your Dragon. I've got a soft spot for How to Train Your Dragon, but once again, I think that the students made the right choice with going with the Bourne movies. That's where I would have gone. Let's see what else. I'm going to the other sides, the other parts of the bracket as well. I had a harder time with Star Trek and Cars. I'm not a Trekkie. I do like science fiction movies.
Yeah.
But they were just okay to me. But however, I do think that Cars was one of those instances where the first movie was really, really good. I didn't like the other ones weren't near as good to me. I struggled with Thor and Superman. Because once again, you're talking about Christopher Reeves here, and once again, you have to differentiate Thor from the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think as a whole, the Thor version of the Thor portion of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the weakest. I did enjoy Ragnarok, but it was so different from all the other it's almost like, they took it in a whole different direction with the humor and all that kind of stuff and kind of made it a silly movie. I'm glad that they did that. It added to the characterization of Thor and the Hulk and all that. But I did struggle with that one a little bit. And then was there any others that I really struggled with? Oh, yeah. Hunger Games and Jack Ryan, y'all mentioned that, it was 19 votes and y'all kind of hoped. I think that, unfortunately, with Jack Ryan, that those movies are dated for the students that are voting for this.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have a chance to watch the old Jack Ryan movies with Harrison Ford, some of these students might not even really know who Harrison Ford is. Well, they would know who he is because of Han Solo. Never mind. They would know who he is. But those original Jack Ryan movies were really, really, really good. And I am not a huge fan of The Hunger Games as a book or a movie series. So I would have for sure chosen Jack Ryan there. But I'm glad that they recognized and it was actually close with 19 votes.
Yeah.
And then I also struggled a little bit with Captain America and the Mummy. I am appalled that Captain America was made fresh, that it outvoted the Mummy that much. Because once again, you have to differentiate everything, and I think that Captain America is the second weakest of the franchises within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The only Captain America movie I didn't like, one of my least favorites, is Winter Soldier, and that might be an unpopular opinion, but that's one of my least favorites of those movies. I thought the first one was pretty good, but I really don't count Captain America: Civil War as Captain America, because that's pretty much Avengers minus Hulk and Thor. That's what they made that's what they did with Captain America. Was most people, if they would watch that movie, they would say, "Oh, that's for sure an Avengers movie," but it's just Avengers minus Hulk and Thor. So I guess I have to count it because it was Captain America, and then you could include Fresh because Civil War was awesome. But those are the ones that I struggled with. I've gone on too long.
All right, so going over to Rylan, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, Nate, you covered a lot of area there.
I gave you a lot to talk about. Y'all need to let Rylan go first next time.
All right.
All right. Well, for me, the biggest, what are we on, the hardest matches for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hardest matches for me, the number one hardest match for me was Toy Story Muppets. I think Brandon, you already said something about that. But when I was filling out my bracket for the first time, I think I sat for like a good 15 minutes trying to decide. And I was like on the likability of the characters, on the plot, and on the humor. And in the end, I knew Toy Story would win because I figured a bunch of students haven't seen the Muppets, but my family loves the Muppets, and so my heart was with the Muppets. I think that's who I went with.
How many votes was that? I do love the Muppets, but it's Toy Story.
I think
How many did they win by?
Fresh.
Toy Story was certified fresh.
Yeah.
So 90. I think we ended up with 92% voting for Toy Story.
Yeah.
So it didn't just. I'm sorry, Rylan. It didn't just win. It blew it out of the water.
And I was kind of mad because I don't think, like, I love Toy Story, and I think it probably would have a shot at the championship because it's so good. But they should have ended the franchise after Andy left. Like, all the movies were not good after that.
Yeah. But the fourth movie is good, but it kind of was just like a money grabber, is what I thought. But
They had a good ending, and they should have kept it there.
yeah, absolutely.
So that's why my heart's with Muppets, because they're always going to be good.
Very good analysis, Rylan. I agree 100%.
What? So, do you have anything else, Rylan? I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah. I just had a few more. The hardest ones for me. That one was the hardest. Also, I wish Pitch Perfect had made it. I love Pitch Perfect. I'm gonna go to college in the fall, and I really hope to join an acapella group and have a riff off in an empty
Oh.
so I was mad at that one. Also, The Lion King and Maze Runner. I love The Maze Runner. Thought that was great, but I knew that The Lion King would win, and I'm happy it did because the soundtrack. So.
Oh yeah.
The other one that was hard for me was Ice Age and Star Trek 79. Just because I think they were so different. The movies are so different that you can't really compare those two. So I had trouble deciding. And I'm a Star Trek person, so I ended up going with Star Trek, but Ice Age won. So those were the hardest ones for me.
Well, so going off of what you just said is how I felt about Jason Bourne and How to Train Your Dragon. Like those franchises are so different, but they're so good in their own right. Like How to Train Your Dragon is almost, in my opinion, one of the most perfect children's for the franchise that has an original plot, has original characters, it has high risk, people die in it, and it's entertaining and it's like funny, right? Where like Jason Bourne is also an iconic, it's good, but compared to like Mission Impossible. It's another secret agent movie, the franchise, and it's great and it's awesome and it's good. I struggled with that because I wish that Kung Fu Panda would have lost. What did Kung Fu Panda go up against? I forget. Against Oceans, and so like I wish that like Oceans and Jason Bourne would have been up against each other, and then Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon would have been. Because I think those would have been a better matchup.
That would have been a fun matchup.
Yeah, because I think How to Train Your Dragon is such a better movie than Kung Fu Panda, and I would personally struggle with Bourne versus Oceans, but that's where I found like difficult was like, this one's better than that one, but this one won, and so that was just me personally. So. Rylan, which result from this week do you disagree with the most? I think you talked a little bit about that.
I talked a little bit about that. Pitch Perfect, of course. I love Pitch Perfect. Like you were saying, Oceans. Oceans was a big loss. Wait, no, the Oceans won, right?
No, lost.
Oceans lost. Oh, yeah, that was a big loss. I love the Oceans movies. I watch that with my mom all the time. We love action movies, so and like the spy and thievery.
Yeah,
thievery is the right word, I think. But that we love that kind of stuff, and so Oceans was a loss. And you said Bourne won. Yeah. I'm happy about that one. So that one's in the same genre. I'm happy that one won. Yeah, those were the ones that I was pretty mad about. Most of them I expected. I didn't agree with most of them, but most of them I expected to win just because those are like youth group favorites. So
Yeah.
So, but later in the bracket, I think later in the tournament, I think there's definitely going to be some matches that I disagree with when it comes out, just because they're so close.
And I think this is a good time to even plug here that
Yes.
we aren't just limiting voting to just our students. Like, we want our parents and our grandparents and our uncles
Our
and our
dogs.
aunts and our dogs,
Families.
anybody is allowed to vote. Our secretaries are
Yeah.
all voting on this stuff. And
You can have multiple votes too. I think a family can vote, and then individuals can vote.
yeah,
and,
but make sure that individuals only vote once. We want to
Yes.
make sure that that's very clear
yeah.
there.
Don't tip the scale a little bit.
Yeah,
You know.
we don't want that to happen, because we will end up having to throw out your entire vote. We are able to see who votes multiple times,
Yeah.
trying to tip the scales a little bit. All right, so Nate, let's go over to you. Which results this week do you disagree with the most?
Okay, a couple of the biggest disagreements I have come before the voting even started. I think that probably the thing that made me the most frustrated with all of the results, with everything, is that High School Musical is a 1 seed. That is stupid to me. There are so much better Disney originals out there. If you want to watch a good Disney original movie, do not go to High School Musical. If you want a really fun story, go to Teen Beach Movie. If you want the best music, go to Lemonade Mouth. I mean, there are so much better Disney originals out there. That was a huge travesty to me. Really frustrated me, and I don't like that they're going to get a pretty easy. I hope that Cars gives them a run for their money, and if they get past Cars, that Home Alone will take them out. The second part that doesn't involve a loss, but to me is a very frustrating result, is that the Dark Knight franchise was not certified fresh. That is very frustrating to me. That is right up there with Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Dark Knight Rises was the weakest of the three, but I put the Dark Knight up against even the best of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, including Endgame and all that. The Dark Knight was just a phenomenal, and I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so I don't think that's what the reason I love Christopher Nolan is because he makes awesome movies. So I don't like the Dark Knight because Christopher Nolan directed it. So those were the things that I disagreed with before. I was happy with the upset of Karate Kid on Divergent. I was happy on that one. I think I already mentioned that. But the one that I struggled with the most, probably, or that I disagreed with the most, is Hunger Games versus Jack Ryan. I mentioned that in the hard ones for me, and I'm very much like Ryland in the fact that I expected Hunger Games to win that. But that doesn't mean that I don't disagree with it. Those Jack Ryan movies were, I guess, and maybe I'm biased because those were movies that were big in my formative years whenever I was young, and so that's the one those are the things I disagree with the most.
Do you want to give a little bit of feedback before we move on?
Yeah. Sorry. Going back to like Ocean's 11 and all that stuff. I think like that was like frustrating because I think a lot of students haven't watched those. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch them until I was in college, you know. I mean, but like Ryland said, like they're like some of the most original heist movies ever, and you know they have this character does this job, that character does that job, and you know it's great. And then the cast itself, like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Bernie Mac, you know, like the really good characters, really good plot, and then there's a twist, and then there's another twist, and then there's another twist. It's like those. I am disappointed that they didn't get as many votes, or I just don't think.
I hear you, Ethan. I understand, but Ocean's 11 was really, really, really good, and if they would have made the next Oceans as good as that one, I would agree. But I thought that once they got past Ocean's 11, it became less about making a good movie and more about them showing off that, oh, look, we're a whole bunch of really, really famous actors and we're having fun together and doing stuff. And I think the plot and all that went downhill after 11.
Okay. I think Ocean's 12 for sure fits into that category, but I think they brought it back with Ocean's 13. I think that kind of was good. Me personally, And you can disagree. That's why we have the panel. But but yeah, that's what I'm disappointed with. So sorry, Brandon. Do you want to get us?
Kung Fu Panda was too strong of a matchup for him. I love How to Train Your Dragon, and I do agree that would have been a super fun matchup to see is Kung Fu Panda versus How to Train Your Dragon. But Kung Fu Panda is a fantastic series.
It's good. I like it.
All right, so our final question before we leave our panel tonight is Rylan, what kind of predictions do you see in this round of the bracket? What are some of your favorites moving forward?
For me, okay, well, I gotta say this first. Cars was like my movie. After Nemo, Cars was my movie, like as a kid. And but Cars 1 was amazing. I had all the action figures, but they dropped it with Cars 2. That was not good. And then Cars 3 was mediocre. So as a franchise, I don't think it should have lasted round 1. Also because I'm a Trekkie. So Star Trek, The Next Generation should have definitely moved up, in my opinion. But I'm hoping Cars gets out. Like that, I just don't. They could have done so much better, and they did not with the second and third movie. So I hope that one gets out. So if you're voting, vote against Cars. But I think
Way subtle way to do that.
I think the ones that have the biggest chance to make it farther are Iron Man, because everyone loves Iron Man. I know. I think Nate said something against Iron Man 2 and 3, but I think just the character of Iron Man, he's the most. He's my favorite superhero. Aside from Hawkeye, Hawkeye's my favorite superhero, but I feel like Iron Man has the most like character development, and he's the most complex character out of all
Iron
the
Man is my
superheroes.
favorite complex. Yes.
Yeah, and so I think he definitely deserves to make it to the championship. Spider-Man, I think, is going to make it, and then I know y'all are talking down about High School Musical, but I think if parents don't vote, I think it's gonna make it pretty far, because I know a lot of people in the youth group that love High School Musical, so I think there's a good chance it'll keep going.
What about you, Nate?
Nate, what predictions do you have for this week?
So for this week or for the whole tournament?
Just let's do some of the
This week.
the round twos, and then get some of your predictions even further.
Okay, for this week, I think watch out. Well, it's a 4 seed versus a 5 seed with Home Alone versus Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
But to me, Home Alone should walk through that pretty easily.
Everybody knows
in
at
my
home,
opinion.
Nate has a significant belly laugh when it comes
It's
to
like
the Home Alone movie.
It's like a cackle. It is interesting.
When Marv puts that tarantula on his face or no. So sorry. Whenever Macaulay Culkin puts that tarantula on Marv's face in that screen, I lose it every time. Every time I cry. Every time I'm laughing so hard. I think that I don't know how teens these days would or I guess teens these days. I don't know how teens would match up Lion King versus Mission Impossible. To me, Mission Impossible is one of the best, spy movie action franchises that's ever been made, and so I would have a tough time with that. I don't know if they'll have a tough time with that, and I'm looking forward to that matchup. But I don't know how the teens will react to that. I'm hoping that that Back to the Future upsets Hunger Games. If they're familiar with movie history, then Back to the Future should. I mean, I know that the third one was kind of weak, but I still think it was good in its own right. Is there any other upsets that I see happening? I don't think there should be any other upsets to look at. I guess the 4 and 5s on almost all of these matchups are really going to be really interesting matchups, because I already mentioned Mission Impossible and Lion King. I already mentioned Fast and Furious and Home Alone. I already and now I'm mentioning Shrek and Despicable Me. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Jumanji and Karate Kid. Those are all the 4 and 5s. Those are the games, the movies, the outcomes to watch for. I think the 4 and 5s are really, really strong in that. Those matchups are strong in these brackets. As far as the whole thing, I think that the Elite Eight is going to go to Avengers and Toy Story 1 and 2 seed are going to roll through that. I think Star Wars and Pirates are going to roll through that. I think Harry Potter is going to roll through. I'm interested to see how Captain America does. Maybe not. I am hoping that Lord of the Rings just barrels through its entire bracket and moves its way all the way to the final 4. I don't think there's any movie in that bracket that is close to it in my mind. In any other movie series, if High School Musical doesn't get beat by Cars, I certainly hope it gets beat by Home Alone. But if we end up with an Elite Eight matchup of High School Musical versus Lord of the Rings, and High School Musical moves on to the Final 4, it'll be a travesty. So that's my look at the whole bracket.
What I find interesting matchups, me personally, Marvel's Avenger and Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man was the first superhero movie that actually was good that I grew up with. Like, everyone loves Spider-Man. Like, Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man, right? And so those 3 movies, the first and the second, solid. But the third, everyone hates, and that's a good reason to hate. I think it's not fair that they've cut up all of the Marvel movies into, like, different miniature, like Nate was saying. I think they should just put Marvel movies up against Harry Potter, because that's 8 movies, right? I mean, or Star Wars, like the saga, that's 9 movies. I think that they could have done that, and it's still, whatever. But I think it's interesting to see that. I hope Home Alone takes out the Fast and Furious, like you said. I hope Night at the Museum takes out Captain America. And I want Iron Man to destroy Kung Fu Panda, because Kung Fu Panda, whatever. So I think it's really interesting. I do think that those iconic sagas like the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Star Wars, the Harry Potter, those with more than 3 that have been over the course of almost a decade. Those movies will have that weight to plow through, and hopefully, like Lord of the Rings is the same way. Yes, I agree with you. But I don't know how to read this crowd when it comes to this. I don't know who's going to actually vote. I don't know. So if we're looking at objectively good movies, is one thing.
We're going to need some more adults, I think, involved to make sure that the scales are a little bit more even. And Nate, I also want to extend to you, like, if this is something that your group is interested in, have them vote with us. We'd love for them to be a part of that.
And then they can watch our show. Hey, if we get 200 people, we are going to have to suck on the toe of Satan.
9 million on the Scoville scale.
9
pure
million.
chili extract popsicle.
It's a lollipop. It's
not popsicle, a lollipop.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
not frozen. That'd be interesting.
That'd be really interesting. A really hot, cold.
Anyway. But yeah, so
How are you guys sharing the bracket? Is it on Facebook? Or
So
we're
sending
link.
out links, and everything is going to be on Google Form. We made the mistake of putting everything into 4 brackets this past week. We've now consolidated to just one Google Form.
So
that way, we're
link.
not going to have multiple results, because one region had like 49 and the other 3 had 52.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we're consistent there.
So,
but yeah, definitely a Google form, and it's just a link, and we put it out on whatever we've got.
So, well, we appreciate y'all's expertise, and we appreciate y'all's analysis of the bracket, and look forward to talking about it more with you guys. So, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
bet.
See you. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right, so a lot of really interesting things happening in the bracket this week. We're
Yeah.
so excited for
Yeah.
what's going to happen in this next round. So,
Man, don't
Ben,
disappoint me.
This is a good thing that we're doing. So make sure that you get online tonight. Voting goes live right after Youth Night Live is over tonight, and so make sure that you get on and vote. Get your parents to vote. Get your grandparents to vote. Send the link out to some of your friends. Give them something to do. I'm really excited about this next round.
Oh, absolutely.
And definitely, we love our correspondents, and definitely they've got some really good feedback for how we should move forward and what we should be looking for. So I'm really excited.
Absolutely. So stay tuned. I think we have a lesson next.
Yeah, lessons next. We'll see you in a sec. What is faith? And we're not talking about just believing in something, because usually when you're sitting in a classroom and the teacher steps up to the microphone or steps up to the podium and the conversation of faith usually takes place, the answers that you usually hear out from the audience is it's believing without seeing. And that is a really good understanding, a baby step, if you will, of what faith is. But what does faith produce? So in the book of James, chapter 2, starting in verse 14, it says this: "What good is it, dear brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but don't show it by your actions?" Can that kind of faith save anyone? Suppose you see a brother or sister who has no food or clothing, and you say, "Goodbye and have a good day, stay warm and eat well," but then you don't give that person any food or clothing. What good does that do? So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it is dead and useless. So maybe faith isn't just believing in something that you can't see. Maybe it's far more than that. And I think Ethan's got a really great message for you tonight on what that looks like. But we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back to that thought. We'll see you in a second. Welcome back.
Welcome. Okay.
Hey, namaste.
Yes.
So we are
Thank
so
you.
excited. The
We're
room
sorry about the look.
Looks a little bit different.
Yeah, we have
now.
3 chairs.
3 chairs.
I'm in the center. It's about time.
Center.
It's about me.
I'm on stage left, and then we have an empty chair. So that empty
That's
chair.
for the Holy Spirit, right?
No,
for Jesus.
I think we're gonna fill that chair tonight with a very special guest.
Wait, it's not about me?
Yes, it's not about you.
Yes, it's not about you. Yes, it's about me. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just joking. We have a guest tonight, one of Brandon's seniors.
Yep.
Grace Miles. So
Yeah.
you know, come
Everybody
on
give it
out.
up for
Yeah.
Grace. Yes,
Yeah.
come on in, Grace. Yes.
Here we go.
Yes,
there you go.
wonderful.
There you go.
How does a camera?
Yes,
Yeah.
Grace
Welcome.
Myhills.
Welcome, Grace.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here tonight with us. This feels like a talk show already.
Yes.
I'm loving this.
Do you have a coffee mug? Hand me that coffee mug. There's not a coffee mug.
Yeah, there's not
Um,
a coffee mug over there.
Yes.
All right. Well, so Grace, tell everybody at home.
What movie are you
something-
doing this year? What movie is about to come out?
There's people at home that probably don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So why don't you just
My
introduce
kids have
yourself
never met you,
just
so.
a little bit.
I know some of your kids from camp.
A few.
Like
Okay. We
5
only had
to-
15.
Like
All right.
5.
All right.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. My name is Grace. I'm tall. I talk a lot. I'm loud.
You're not loud
Um,
right now. Just speak
yeah.
a little bit. Just, you know.
Okay. I'm loud. People tell me I'm argumentative. I don't know. What else is there to know about me?
What grade are you in?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm a senior.
Where
Great time to be alive.
Where do you go to school?
Martin High School.
Martin High School.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
Been
go
at
to school
home.
anymore.
So where are you going to school?
ACU.
Woo!
Scratch a cat.
Scratch him. This is just such a weird
No,
thing.
it's not. It's
Push
perfect.
ups.
No,
Oh,
that's
see,
not right.
see,
It
there's-
has to be like this.
Yeah, see, it's ACU
Scratch
as
him, cat.
almost Christian University, where an
Oh
LCU,
no!
LCU is all the way there. It's all the way there.
Wild cat.
All right.
Okay, all right, yeah. She's not argumentative.
This
at
is
all.
awkward. This is
Oh,
awkward.
Yeah, okay. So we're glad that you're on the show.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you being on the show. I can't read that.
So we're just gonna spend a couple of minutes just talking with Grace, just to kind of get her some feel of some things that she's experienced as a senior, maybe something that you guys have experienced before as well. And so also, want to also just cue this in. If you want to be on Youth Night Live, we're open.
Our
We would love
schedule's
to
open.
have you. So just
Next week.
text us and maybe we'll say yes.
We're not Joe Rogan, you know. You can get on our show easy. So first question is.
So what are some of the things
I was going to ask that. One.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
So what are some of the things that you've enjoyed during quarantine?
Well, I would say spending more time with my family, but it's been a long time since quarantine started.
Oh, it's been
It's been forever.
10 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
10 weeks.
That's like that's like a half semester.
Is it?
Pretty much. No, that's 2/3 of a semester.
Dang, that's
it not?
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, I think the thing I've most enjoyed is just like not having anything to do. Like, you know those nights where you just like go to bed and then you can wake up whenever because there's nothing going on the next day. It doesn't happen much once you start high school. So it's been nice. It's gotten a little old, but I've also been able to finish like 3 TV shows.
Nice.
What have you been
that's
watching?
great.
Sorry.
Criminal Minds.
Oh, that's a good one.
Really into Criminal Minds right
Yeah.
now. But I have been sleeping with my light on.
It'll mess with you, for sure.
I'm rewatching The Office, like I always am. I never actually stopped
you said
watching
finish
it.
3 new shows.
So good.
New.
Yeah.
Like you've never. Okay,
It's like
that's what I
every
hate
time
about
notice
you watch
things
it,
every
it's
time
like,
you watch it.
This is new to me.
No, it's not.
Yes.
That's what I hate about Office.
It's just as
I
funny
love
as it was.
I love
the
The Office.
So
wait. I love The Office. But
I already don't like what
Like,
you're
Can I talk?
no,
go.
Do we
no,
need a talking stick?
yes, okay. But people's who their personality is The Office, I hate those people. I don't hate anyone, but I hate those people.
You hate them with the love
Yes,
of God.
with the love of like smite it.
There's no such thing.
Yes.
So one of the things that I love to do with The Office, I've been listening to the Office Ladies podcast.
There's a podcast.
And then watching, so it's Jenna Fisher and Angela. And
so Pam.
Yeah, Pam and Angela. And so
Pam
they talk
Angela.
about the full episode. They talk about behind the scenes stuff. And they say, hey, make sure that you watch this when you watch this episode and pay attention to this. And I've been doing that. And it's so much better.
I like literally have never even listened to it. I just watch little Easter eggs on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Or, like stuff like that.
Cool.
What's the third show?
Gossip Girl.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate Criminal Minds. I appreciate that.
That's about
That's all I
well,
got.
in The Office. Don't forget The Office.
No, I did. On purpose.
All right. So a more serious question. So what are some ways that you've experienced God while in quarantine?
Okay, the first way
Like
is
the love and the peace, I guess.
Yeah,
and those
all
The
kinds
that
of
joy
things. Yeah.
and the fruits of the Spirit.
It's
Bible
been
words.
through, I mean, obviously it's been through other people, but especially as a senior, I've been getting mail like every single day
Wow.
from just like people
awesome.
in the church, family members. People are dropping off gifts. Like the Burlesons brought over like a hefty, like it was a big present, and it was like big. And like I didn't even know it was coming until they called me like 10 minutes before. So like for me, like I'm just like going throughout my day, but to know people have been thinking of me like
Wow.
outside of themselves, and like typically like getting gifts isn't my love language, but like who's gonna say no?
Sure.
Like presents are presents. So it's just, but that's not really what it is.
Free stuff.
I,
You just I know that.
it's just like having people think about me when I'm like I'm just going like about my day, and then people are just bringing stuff over, and it's just really nice to know that people have been thinking about me.
That's awesome.
So thank you to everybody who's
Yeah.
brought me something.
Shout out.
If you're
Y'all are
watching,
the best.
Probably not, but
Yeah.
hey, thank you.
step it up. Come on. What's the next question?
All right,
Sorry.
you
I
wanna
can't see the
ask that
board.
last one?
Yeah, last one. Okay, so this one's also a serious one. How have like some of the disappointments you've experienced as a senior helped you look towards God? If that makes sense.
All right. So, I mean, the main disappointment for me was school being canceled. Last year was tough. If school had been canceled, I would not have cared. It would have been the best thing ever. But this year, I was kind of like coasting. So, school was pretty much an excuse to see my friends. So, having it be canceled was a little bit tough. But, I mean, what it's done is I literally have nothing but free time. So, what's ended up happening was I've looked a little bit closer at my relationship with God and realized it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. I was kind of like fooling myself into a sense of security, I guess. especially now that church is like, I mean, it's been happening, but I mean, we're not gathering the way we do. So now I've had the time to like look at myself, and it's like, I'm not reading my Bible because I don't have time. It's just, I haven't been motivating myself. I have nothing but free time now. So I don't have an excuse not to be doing stuff like that. So it's...
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. I've just been looking more critically, I guess, at my faith, and now I know what I need to work on, and I mean, I have been working on it, so, I mean, there's been developments, so.
That's good. It's great. I mean, that's really interesting that like, it's almost like all of the distractions to mask what is actually happening in yourself and your relationship with God is now gone. So now that stuff is just raw, and it's open, it's vulnerable, and it's in your face, and you can't really like be busy.
Yeah.
Not you, but us.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be really, like that busy to hide behind. Well, I can't really think about that. I have a project, I have prom, I have graduation, I have ... Now we have nothing, and it's kind of just like, how real is this faith? Which is awesome. It's great.
You don't realize how often you just like fill your life with stuff until everything just shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's literally nowhere to go, nothing to do except sit there and just like
Exist.
contemplate.
Exist.
And
Exist,
that's
really.
pretty much all it is. So it's humbling, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Grace, thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little bit tonight. I have one more final question for you. The Toe of Satan Challenge.
Ooh.
Do you think we can do it?
200 people.
No.
No?
Yeah.
No, not if we should. I we should. But
No,
do you think we could?
no.
We can't get 200
I
people?
meant what I... 200
No, not that. Do you think we can keep it in our mouth for 5 minutes?
That's what I was
I
thinking.
thought if you were asking, do you think we
I
can get the
think
people?
we can get
I
200
wouldn't have
live
told
people.
you no.
That's why I was like
I
was so hurt.
But now this is awkward.
Yeah, guys, get 200 people.
Because
Come on.
there's only 40 people watching this right now.
Maybe, we don't know.
Think about
Exactly.
the Hot Wings Challenge.
Hot Wings Challenge.
You almost threw... Didn't you throw
No,
up?
I
When did you... What?
I almost threw up when I did the chubby bunny challenge.
Yeah.
And it was just a mush of just mellow cream and
I
saliva.
just don't think you have the stamina
I-
for food challenges.
Whoa! I got the stamina. Here's the thing. All right. No, I have a bad gag reflex. When I was little, when I was a little baby, my little brother's 20 months younger, right? And my mom would feed him baby food, and I would just look at it and I would throw up. Like it was that. It was like, but now, if I don't know what's in my mouth, like to put on the cracker thing, that made me throw up because I didn't know what it was, and Emily was making it, and she likes to torture me. So that's when I was like, but the Hot Wings Challenge was different. All right,
That was just miserable. That was just hot.
But you're eating food. This is no food. This is just like
Death on a stick.
death on a stick. It's like 9 million whatever thingamabobbers.
Yeah.
But you saying this isn't convincing me that you can do it.
I'm
That's
gonna
where this
put it in
started.
my mouth.
I think I can do it.
For
I'm
5
pretty-
minutes.
I'm pretty confident.
5 minutes.
I think I can.
You
do
don't
it.
realize how long 5 minutes is.
I do know how long it is. Long.
It's a lot
Yeah.
slower
I think I
when
could do
your
it.
mouth is dying a slow death.
I think I'm going to try, but I'm not.
That's
I'm not
all
a
you can
Jedi.
ever
I'm
do.
not a Jedi.
Well,
so I'm not
200
Yoda.
views.
Yeah,
It's a long shot right now.
I'm challenging you guys. We will never see it happen unless you don't step up. I choose you. No, that's a joke. I'm just joking. But yeah.
All right, so I think we should wrap up this segment.
Wait.
so-
Do you
Okay.
have any questions for us?
Oh.
It's a double interview. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not prepared, but
yeah,
I'm
I wasn't
not either.
prepared with any questions.
She has no questions. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to,
a
open
two-way-
dialogue.
Two-way street. Of
yeah,
course.
like invite them in and then question them. They can't ask us a thing.
Sounds like an investigation.
Oh, yeah, no, y'all are off the
Who's
hook.
investigating?
Y'all are good.
All
All right, sorry.
Well-
that was awkward. See you guys. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Grace. Give it up for Grace Myhills, everybody. Woo!
So, Brandon had just read us James 2, verse 14, and a couple of the verses after that. And basically, the whole thing is that faith without works is dead. Faith without works is useless. And I think a lot of times, like we, read that is like our faith without us doing what's right and listening to God and obeying God means that we don't have a salvation. And I don't think that's what that's talking about here. Notice how James talks about how your faith affects people around you. And that faith without deeds and saying, Brandon, I can tell that you're hungry. I can tell that you're cold. And I'm going to say, God bless you. Have a good day. But I'm not going to feed you. I'm not going to clothe you. And so I believe in God, and I can say, bless you. But if I don't act upon that blessing of itself, that faith that I'm speaking, then what good is my faith? What good is my belief? And so Christianity is word and in deed. It is word and action. It is belief and life and where we live. And so there's two things that Jesus talked about, what we are and who we are. And it's actually on the wall. We have shirts that say it. We have memes that say it says, be salt and light. Be salty and lit, right? That actually comes from Matthew 5:13. And this is just for some the context. This is the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus is preaching to his disciples. He's preaching like to the people around him. And it starts here. It says, "You are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its flavor, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled on by people. You are the light of the world, a city located on a hill that cannot be hidden. People do not light a lamp and put it under a basket, but they put it on a lampstand, and it gives light in all the house. In the same way, let your light shine before people, so that they can see your good deeds and give honor to your Father in heaven." So God talks about two things. He talks about light and salt. And we could have all of these cool, interesting facts. I could say that salt is meant to preserve food and to make food taste good. Light is for warmth and comfort and to reveal darkness, things that are in the darkness. But these two aspects of what Jesus tells us that we are, not that we should try to be, but that our identity is light and salt. Those are physical things. Those they deal with the things that we feel, the things that we taste, the things that we smell, the things that we see. So our challenge for us, and I think Jesus' challenge for his disciples, is that our faith is more than what we believe. It's more than the cross that we wear around our neck. It's more than the pews that we sit in or don't sit in right now.
Sit in right now.
It's how we live. It's how we choose to act. It's how we treat people. And the first verse, it talked about what use is faith without deeds. And in the second, it says salt is useless without its saltiness. So my challenge for us is to be useful. The things that we're teaching you guys, the things that we're talking about, the things that we're that bringing up, is to change the world around us. It's to further the kingdom of heaven, to give glory to God. And if we believe in a Christ, if we claim to be Christians, if we have that baptism, if we put that mark of Christ on us, if we say that we have faith and we don't act upon it, then it's useless. Then it's dead. So get up, be useful. Don't be useless. Do something. Live out the faith that you claim to believe in. And if you don't know if you believe in it, then I don't know. I mean, I think you're missing out. Our relationship is more than just a spiritual one, it's physical. So get out of your houses. I think we have a little bit more of the freedom now than we used to. I'm not saying it's safe. I'm not saying we should, but act, do. A new segment for y'all tonight that we want to start. We want to challenge you guys to have a Utes Got Talent. You's got talent.
You's got talent.
You's got talent. We's got talent. So West Hill used to have we still do. We have a West Hill's Got Talent, and that's a fundraiser.
Oh, cool.
And we had to cancel it like this year. And so I want to challenge us to shift that to this. So
Oh, cool.
10 to 30 second videos
Yep.
of you guys doing a talent, showing off your talent, whether that be trick shots for basketball, ping pong balls,
Whether that's
singing,
art.
dancing, art, any stuff like that.
Anything that you think that you're talented in.
Yeah.
And we would love to see a video of that. And we're gonna
showcase it.
We're gonna start putting some of those
Yeah.
On Youth Night Live.
so we can have you guys on the shows.
That's gonna be a lot
But
of fun.
we didn't want to just ask you guys to show y'all's talent and us not show ours.
Ooh.
So we are going to do a little bit of art. You may not know about it. You may know about it.
Yeah. Hanging out with me long enough, you probably
Same.
find it.
I mean, if you've ever been in a car with me. So, but yeah. So you guys know I can sing. It's not a secret. I'm on Spotify. But
He is.
one of the
Best
things that me and Brandon really hit it off at Pine Springs when I was little bitty was beatboxing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so
And
I can beatbox.
I stopped beatboxing, and he just kept doing it.
I keep doing it. Never stop. So
Did you beatbox for Best Friends?
I did. I was vocal percussionist, is what they called me.
Yeah.
Perk. And so yeah. So do you want me to go first? Or
Yeah, go
what's your
ahead.
talent?
So I can do a couple of different voice characters. Mickey Mouse and Yoda, Winnie the Pooh. Maybe a couple surprises for some of
That
our...
you guys don't know about yet.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Do you want to rap? Do you have anything to rap with?
But you're putting me on the spot.
I know. What if we did Salvation Army? No, Seven Nation Army.
Seven Nation Army.
Yeah. You remember?
Oh, I'm doing that? Okay.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll do the beatbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then you break it down like. Like that.
That's pretty good. Hey, that's
pretty good.
That's
I got
a
a
great
little
talent.
lightheaded.
Good job.
Thank you.
Got a little lightheaded. That's all right. All right. So
I need to wet my whistle. Sorry.
I could do a couple of voice impersonations, I guess.
And I'm gonna try to do them after you
So Mickey
to
Mouse.
see what's good and then what's bad.
Mickey Mouse. Great job, everybody.
Great job, everybody. Great job, everybody. Sorry, okay.
The mustache.
I'm not gonna do that.
You should keep that mustache on a white van and that voice.
Oh,
It'll be
no.
perfect.
I'm shaving this
live
off.
show. Okay. Another one that I can do is I can do Yoda. So strong in the Force you are.
Can't you do like the look when he lifts the X-wing off of the swamp? No.
I don't know.
I thought you. Okay, never mind.
What are you saying?
I think you had a lesson at Pine Springs one year where you were just like, when he closes his eyes, he goes, "Rrr," and does that, and whatever. Never mind. I'm sorry. Never mind.
I don't
What
know.
else can you do?
What else can I do?
I don't know.
So, one that probably my Pleasant Ridge kids don't even know about. I can do Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Ooh, like Casey Kason's.
Yeah,
Shaggy?
Casey Kasen's Shaggy.
Rip.
Ready?
Rip Casey.
Like Zoink Scoobs.
And can you do Scooby?
I can do Scooby. Raggy.
There's a new Scooby Doo movie that came out.
I know. I saw that. Scoobs.
Is it good? Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. But it's because it's not free anywhere.
I gotta pay
I'm a
money.
cheapskate. Yeah.
So yeah, I can do a couple of voice things. So there's my talent.
Yeah, so we want to challenge you guys, literally any talent at all. Text it to Brandon or I.
Yeah.
And we will screen it, obviously.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that's appropriate. And then we'll post it on here. So
Yeah, it'll be a lot of
one of
fun.
our segments. So
Yeah,
awesome.
fun.
Thank you guys. We're excited. Youth's got talent.
Youth's got talent.
Youth's got talent. Hey guys, that's a great episode.
Oh my goodness!
That's so fantastic.
So many people that came, and there's guests guests on our show.
We're
Thank
excited.
you so much for all of those people.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Ryland.
Yep.
Ryland?
Yep.
Ryland.
Ryland.
I'm
Yep,
sorry.
Very good. No, that's
I was
great.
your intern. I apologize.
So we absolutely loved it. That was so much fun. Don't forget that we're gonna, that challenge that we've got for you. So if you want to be featured on Youth Night Live, all you got to do
we
is
have Youth's Got Talent.
Youth's Got Talent.
Youth's Got Talent.
Youth's Got Talent. So you can do it.
So be a part of that. Send us a video, whether it be 10 seconds to 30 seconds.
Something like that.
We'll like put your face and your talent.
We'll put
just your face. Here, they're talented.
Look, face.
Yes, not our face. I'm gonna shave with this mustache when I get
me
home.
too.
It's awful. But yes, so we have that. And you're gonna give away some stuff, right?
Yeah. So Nick and Emily and Allison Martin, congratulations! You guys get a free lunch delivered to your house tomorrow, brought to you by yours truly. So make sure that you just text me what you want, what time, and what you want from the place that you want.
Where you want it from.
Yep.
And I'm in the same boat, the Slimp. So Matthew and Phoenix Slimp.
Miss you
We're
guys.
gonna do the same thing.
Come to Heaven Bound.
We are,
Maybe.
if we have it open.
We'll see.
Just let me know what you want and when you want it, same thing. So awesome. That's a great episode.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on?
That was a great episode.
That's a great episode.
So if you need prayers, we're still
yeah,
offering
we need
prayers for you. That's theyoutharea.com/prayer. Fill that out. You can fill it out anonymously. You can even click on there to say, hey, I want somebody to reach out to me.
Yeah.
We would love, regardless of what you do, we would love to be in prayer for you. So if you need any kind of prayer request whatsoever, that's a good way to stay in contact with us. That's a good way for our team to know what we can pray for you for.
Absolutely.
So we would love for you to be able to do that. So
For sure. Yeah.
other than that, I don't think
Birthdays.
This thing, but yeah. Oh, birthdays.
So I have a
my
few
birthdays.
Nicole Jones, happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Naomi Davis, happy birthday. And you guys
Congratulations.
have the same birthday. It was Monday. So
Whoa, that's crazy.
Happy birthday. Love you guys. Miss you guys.
Birthday twins.
Both turning 13.
All right,
actually.
so May 17th through May 23rd.
It's
right?
a list, right?
All right, so we've only got one this week from Pleasant Ridge. So Sam Myhills.
Hey, Sam.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Have a good one, buddy.
Love you guys. Happy birthday. Sorry we can't see you in person.
Yep. Well, I think that's it for this episode.
That's a
I
wrap.
hope that you enjoyed it. We've got a lot of really cool ideas coming up, so be looking for those. I think we've got a game show night coming up pretty soon. That's gonna be fun. I think we might even do a Tonight Show kind of version of the game of an episode.
Yeah.
So we got some really cool ideas in the cookers here. So make sure that you stay plugged into Youth Night Live.
Come on.
It's gonna get
Let's
so
go.
much better.
Yes.
We're doing so much amazing things.
Bye, guys.